Hello and welcome to Football Daily for your weekly edition of Transfer Talk. With the window now well underway, we've got plenty of stories to get stuck into this week. So with no time to lose, let's jump straight in. We kickstart today's episode over in North London with Arsenal. The Gunners have had quite a busy summer so far, having secured a number of top signings ahead of the 2022-23 campaign, and according to Tuttomercato, they appear to be close to adding another. The Italian outlet has linked Mikel Arteta's side with Juventus midfielder Arthur Melo. Now we've been here before, the player is no stranger to the Gunners faithful, having seen them pursue the Brazilian as recently as January, although a move did not materialise that time. Arthur joined the Bianconeri from Barcelona in 2020 for a cash plus player swap. However, he hasn't set the world alight and has been constantly touted with an exit from Turin ever since. Arsenal have been linked with a number of top midfielders already, with Lyon's Lucas Paqueta and Leicester's Yuri Tielemans also seen as top targets for Arteta's side. And let's not forget, they are just about to announce the signing of Alexander Zinchenko from Manchester City, who can play in the midfield. But should they choose to pursue Arthur, making a deal with Juventus may not be too complicated, as the Serie A giants are reportedly so keen to sell the player that Maximiliano Allegri will leave him out of their pre-season tour so he can talk with potential suitors. Having seen his value plummet to just £16 million according to Transfermarkt, a far cry from his £63 million valuation just 3 years ago, Arthur could see the potential move as a chance to reignite his career. But is Arsenal looking at the right player? Or should they consider a move for Paqueta or Tielemans? Let us know your choice in the comments down below. Heading over to the Etihad now, where it looks like Manchester City are faced with the potential departure of Ilkay Gundogan, who according to Calciomercato could be on his way to Serie A. The German is heading into the final 12 months of his deal with the Citizens, and there has been little talk of a possible renewal from both the player and the club. The Italian outlet believes with no progress in sight, the German is looking for a potential exit this summer. City have already added Calvin Phillips to their stacked midfield, meaning that competition for a starting spot in Pep's side is stiffer than ever. Gundogan though has been a regular fixture in the starting 11 over the past few seasons, having played over 25 games in every single campaign since 2016-17. However, with only a year remaining on his contract and seemingly no talks over a renewal, City may look to cash in on the player whilst they can. Transfermarkt currently has the player valued at £22 million, a figure Juventus are reportedly tempted to match. Should the German international depart, City have reportedly lined up Sporting's Matheus Nunes as his alternative according to Rudi Galletti. The Portuguese, who's been linked with Chelsea too, is expected to cost any potential suitor around £40 million. But City fans, do you really want to see Gundogan go, or do you need a younger replacement? Sporting fans, we want to hear just how good Nunes might be if he came to the Premier League. On to our next story now, and it appears there will be a tug of war between Fulham and Everton as they both battle it out for the signature of Burnley's Maxwell Cornet, according to reports from the Daily Mail. The Ivorian joined the Clarets last summer from Lyon for £13 million. However, following the club's relegation to the Championship, he's been looking to secure a move back to the top flight, even missing out on pre-season friendlies to make an exit happen. With 11 goal contributions across 28 appearances last season, he certainly proves to be an attractive option for both clubs, given he also has a release clause of just £17 million. According to the Daily Mail, Everton has seen their opening offer to Burnley rejected, which has given Fulham confidence in potentially striking a deal, although the club are yet to make their first formal offer for the Ivory Coast international. However, both Everton and Fulham could yet face stiff competition from other Premier League sides, with the reports suggesting that Chelsea, Newcastle and Spurs are all considering Cornet as a potential target this summer. With it seemingly a matter of when, not if Cornet moves, it will be interesting to see just how this one plays out. Switching over to Chelsea now, who might be gearing up for another potential departure in the form of Kepa Arrizabalaga, if a report from Football Italia is to be believed. It is fair to say that the shot stopper has had quite a turbulent stint since joining the Blues from Athletic Club in 2018 for a world record fee of €80 million, having fallen out of favour with Maurizio Sarri, Frank Lampard and current boss Thomas Tuchel, who prefers Edouard Mendy over the Spaniards. In fact, since the Senegalese joined the club in 2020, Kepa has made just 11 Premier League appearances for Chelsea, highlighting just how little faith Tuchel has in the Basque keeper. However, Napoli are said to be interested in offering the Spaniard a lifeline. Having seen David Ospina depart the club, the Serie A side are willing to consider a loan move for the keeper, although there is a potential complication in the deal. Kepa is currently on £190,000 per week at Stamford Bridge, a figure which would put him atop the wage bill at Napoli by some distance, with Dries Mertens previously the next highest earner on just over £130,000 per week. The Blues are also said to be wanting to sign a replacement should the Spanish international leave this window, with a move for 18-year-old Chicago Fire stopper Gabriel Slonina being discussed. That said, we genuinely hope Kepa gets this move. The 27-year-old needs to resurrect his career, and he can't keep rotting on the bench at Chelsea forever. In what seems to be an endless saga, there has been yet another twist added to the Frenkie De Jong exit story from Barcelona, according to a story from Spanish outlet Relevo. As you all know, Manchester United have been long chasing the player, despite the fact he still appears uninterested in leaving his current club. But it now looks like another Premier League outfit could enter the fold in Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea. The Blues are said to be keeping an eye on developments between United and Barca, with club owner Todd Boehly considering making a formal offer. He believes that his project in West London could be more appealing to the Dutchman. De Jong, meanwhile, is locked in a battle with Barca over his current wages, with his $400k per week salary being among the only big ones left at the Blaugrana. The player, who is reluctant to take a pay cut, is also owed a significant amount in deferred payments, which has been a sticking point surrounding his potential exit. According to Fabrizio Romano, United have agreed to pay an initial €75 million with €10 million in add-ons, a figure both clubs are happy with. But considering De Jong is said to be only interested in a Champions League club, could we see Chelsea hijack this deal? One thing is for sure, this saga looks set to drag out a little while longer. Up next, we go back to Manchester City, who are looking to replace the outgoing Alexander Zinchenko. And according to Fabrizio Romano, the Premier League champions want Brighton and Hove Albion's Marc Cucurella. This is not the first time the citizens have been linked with the flying Spanish left-back. But now that Zinchenko's move to Arsenal is all but confirmed, City will launch an official bid for Cucurella. And it's not hard to see why Guardiola admires the 23-year-old so much. Under Graham Potter, he has hugely impressed at the Amex for Brighton, last season ranking second to only Trent Alexander-Arnold for chances created from open play by a defender with 40. It is expected that the operation will cost City around £50 million once negotiations get serious. That would represent quite a serious profit for the Seagulls, having snapped up Cucurella from Getafe for just over £16 million last summer. Potter has made it clear he has no interest in selling his Spanish star, but Pep has a way of getting what he wants, so it seems just a matter of time before this one is made official. Finally, we have one of the more surprising stories of the week, with a report from The Guardian claiming that Nottingham Forest could hijack West Ham's pursuit of former Manchester United man Jesse Lingard. The Hammers had seemingly been the nailed-on destination for the England international all summer, with David Moyes in talks with the player over a reunion at the London Stadium. But discussions between the two sides have started to stall, and according to the report, this has let newly promoted Nottingham Forest emerge as favourites for his services. Moyes and the Hammers are said to be frustrated by Lingard's wage demands of £180 per week, a figure they are not willing to match. It appears the 29-year-old is looking to leverage his free agent status to get the best deal possible. Nottingham Forest, however, are reportedly willing to smash their wage structure to accommodate the deal, with the two having entered talks. What's more, these are said to be heading in a very positive direction. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed the discussions between the former European champions and Lingard, although he did admit West Ham are still in the race. So could we see Lingard plying his trade for Forest at the City ground, or will he rejoin West Ham? Let us know where you think he ends up in the comments down below. So that's it for Transfer Talk for another week. Which stories can you get behind? Which are total nonsense? Let us know in the comments down below. If you haven't already, subscribe to Football Daily with the notification bell switched on, like this video, and we'll see you next time.